These guys may look like Power Rangers, but finally we have a team of enemies that can actually overwhelm the infamous Jesus Yamato. Though if there's one thing the Black Knight squad should fear before all the protagonists' game-breaking shenanigans, is a green gym with one of their swords that's come to finish this fight. What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Black Knight Squad Shiva from Gundam Seed Freedom. Named after the supreme god of destruction of the Hindu Trimurti, it's equipped with the beam-nullifying femto technology armor and serves as the melee-oriented leader unit of the Kingdom of Foundation's Royal Guard. Coming with a total of 10 runners, a wire, the beam mantle, and a somewhat large sticker sheet, the Shiva is a moderately substantial kit that features a mix of novel and familiar build elements. With its design aesthetic so out of the ordinary, the majority of the build feels fresh to experience. Until sometime after this video when the Rudra variant comes out and some madmen decide to do a painted build of the entire squad since the B and C runners will be shared. All jokes aside, the familiar part lies in the Seed action system frame, as that is reminiscent of the All Gundam Project, Sans Polycaps, and the structure feels very similar to the previous high-grade Seed Freedom kits, if not feeling a tad bit simpler. The small parts and nut marks are the trickiest to deal with for this build, especially with some large gates involved. Though what remains is frankly an interesting assembly process should you apply the elbow grease to clean up the blemishes. And structurally, the Shiva has the universal head, legs, and backpack, or should I say back plate, while the shoulders are cross-compatible, though the head will be an issue due to its peculiar shape. For those turned off by the large sticker sheets, I thought it would be best to show what the Shiva looks like without any of them applied, and frankly, without a side-by-side comparison with the line art, you'd hardly recognize that anything is amiss. The red and gold provides the kit with enough accents, while the two tones of grey breaking up the black color scheme and the dark yet chivalrous knight armor aesthetic contribute to a novel yet interesting visual. And since the design language is so novel that it looks like something from outside the Gundam franchise, I doubt anybody would have noticed the full sheet of stickers being off due to the lack of a comparable subject within the franchise. With the stickers applied, and you might be asking, what changed? Well, for the most part, nothing, due to the superb general part separation like the gold and light grey chest detail and the trims on the forearms and side skirts. However, that didn't stop the light grey trims and dots on the legs and inner heel, the black on the upper heel, and the grey and red trims on the boosters being absolutely horrendous stickers because of the over-embellished design and the reuse of the backpack in future variants, besides the more inevitable ones like the triangles on the knees, the grey on the cheeks, and the head cameras. Speaking of the cameras, while it normally wears a blank expression, there are two stickers provided to recreate its right Terminator eye or its left linear sensor depending on your preferences. There are some scenes of the squad where both light up, though trying to recreate that results in a very odd look. And besides the gold looking somewhat questionable depending on who you ask, the red, while bolder and more eye-catching, is just a few shades too bright when it should border on a rust brown. Moreover, you'll still have to paint the feet beam emitters gold and the insides of the thrusters and leg vents red if you want complete accuracy. However, with the negatives out of the way, the kit's overall silhouette is accurate to the CGI model, capturing the menacing looks of the Shiva perfectly well. The generally dark colors negate the need for panel lining, and while seam lines are still present, they're either filled in with channels or completely invisible until you take a closer look, the most offensive one being on the abs. Frankly, the Shiva is an absolute looker for a high grade, and one that is presentable as it is if you can look past the stickers and accuracy. Articulation wise, the head shape and large clavicles hinder the range of movements of the hinged ball jointed neck. But I find that more range can be accessed if you do not plug the head in all the way, allowing for wider rolls and a full head rotation. The shoulders are on two moving axes, as well as a ball joint, and the shoulder armor and outmost fin can move for the arm to raise up, albeit only slightly. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and ball jointed wrists. The abs are on two swivels and a hinged ball joint, allowing for wide crunches and a full waist rotation. Front and side skirts can move, though unfortunately the legs do not drop down, so they couldn't clear the skirts as effectively for the kicks towards every direction. There's a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and hinged ball jointed ankles with a moving toe. Finally, the backpack itself can rotate. The the wings are on a hinge and rotation, and the boosters and tiny wings can rotate individually. Articulation of the Shiva feels pretty much average compared to contemporary high-grade kits, though its limiting armor design and budget seed action system makes it inferior in movement range compared to the Freedom and Justice. However, the backpack and side skirts are a bit of a pain, especially after extensive handling. In terms of accessories, the sole pair of holding hands might be disappointing, but it'd be plenty busy with weapons anyway. For instance, the 3 beam sabers stored securely on the side skirts. They can be dismounted from disassembly of the side skirts and used with the red SB13 beams, while any 2 of them can couple up to form a double-bladed sword for some dual-wielding triple-bladed action. Although wiggle the handles enough and the hands will be pried open, so watch out for that. If that's not enough, the beam swords on the feet can activate with the red SB9 dagger beams for the extra kick. A physical option is included in the form of the close-in anti-armor blade, Dispater, a heat-based sword that sandwiches into the hand for use, or be stored on the backskirt by sliding the clamp onto the blade before reattachment. Moreover, the rock shield Svarog with a grey sticker on top can mount onto the arm with a joint part, and it's adjustable on the ball joints to not only serve as defense, but also additional melee weapons with the movable claw pieces. While the smaller claw can be launched out with a set of wired adapters to reel enemies in. Although, spoiler alert, the kit doesn't include a beam shield effect part. Though I guess the beam mantle that sandwiches into the wing serves that exact function as well. It's made of a softer PVC material, and the printed gradient effects reproduce the flowing energy effects really well, albeit with the boulders being a minor blemish in presentation. Finally, the chest panels can open up for using the close-in needle projection system. Designed as a weapon to overwhelm and neutralize phase shift armor, it functions like a Hwacha and can only be used once per sortie. As a bonus, you have some red SB9 and SB13 beams left over you can use for your own purposes. Being one of the only fresh additions in the Seed Freedom roster, there really isn't anything to compare it with. As such, if you want something completely different from, yet familiar to what you're used to in Gunpla, then chances are, the Black Knight Squad Shiva will satisfy that. By its own merits, the unique design and striking color scheme makes it look one of a kind, while the few visual blemishes and plethora of melee weapons really stood out to me, especially the physical sword and the beam mantle effect part. Though, like the previous 2 high-grade Seed Freedom kits, the Black Knight Squad Shiva is based on an overly intricate design, requiring a lot of stickers to recreate, and the handling over time is its biggest weakness, which is frankly a bit of a letdown. With its uniqueness and heavy melee focus, I would have easily recommended the high-grade Black Knight Squad Shiva had it not been for the quality issues. Sure, it is quite fun to pose with all of the issues patched up, but as it is, it's a good but sorely flawed release. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching, drop a like and comment if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and feel free to follow me on social media with the links down below. That said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out guys, bye bye.